Hello and welcome to another episode of No Load Time. My name is Obed Velez, and with me is the most interesting man in the world, Joel Young.
What's good? No load time, Obed. Good to be with you, man. We're back here for another great episode.
Good to see you, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing really good. I'm feeling refreshed from a wonderful time here in the States. Some of us celebrate Thanksgiving. Time just to be thankful. And, as you know, I have had my fair share of both
challenges,
blessings and challenges at the same time. And, it's all about perspective. So I choose to be thankful no matter what. It's all working out just fine.
There you go.
But, I definitely have a couple things on my WhatsApp, and we dive into it right off the top, or hold out for a second. You got anything you want to jump into?
No, not really, man. Only thing I have is, because we talked last time we had the podcast, I mentioned what I was looking at for Black Friday, and ideally I was looking for a handheld device, not a high-end handheld device. I wanted something where I can just play retro stuff, right? I'm still looking for it, but the reason I was looking for this is like I had, like a few weeks ago, I had a dream that I had a handheld. It's kind of like a Switch, but it had the Super Nintendo color scheme on it, like purple buttons, gray case. And I woke up the following morning. I was like, oh man, I really want that handheld that I had, that I saw in my dream, right? And I found it. It's the Retroid Pocket Pro 4 or 4 Pro is $200. I was like, it's an Android device. I can run, Android games. I can run most of the retro stuff up to like PS2. I don't know if I'm ready to spend $200.
Right.
So, during me searching, right, I found out. Do you remember the Nitro decks?
Yes.
So there was a Nitro deck that they made. It was a limited edition, and it was Super Nintendo color scheme. And I go to and it was like a limited edition, sold out. I go to the refurbished section. It's there, sold out. The day that I last saw you, which was what, last Monday, last week, or the Monday before that, I think. It was probably the Monday before that. I see, or one of those days. For like a second, I went on the site and it didn't say sold out, but there was no add to cart button. I was like, this is still disappointing, right? Later on, I went back to the site and there's a quick add button on the view instead of an add to cart. I was able to add it, dude. This thing is sick.
Oh,
this thing is sick. Okay.
Wow.
Joel,
dude.
If you like to play Switch on handheld, it's well worth the investment. This thing is solid, dude. Like, these sticks are really nice. It's super light when it doesn't have the Switch in. It's lightweight, but when you have the Switch, it feels very balanced. The buttons are good. It looks really nice, dude. I'll show you.
It's really good.
Real quick.
I was not expecting for the reveal on stream.
Bro,
I'm liking it.
Like, it has a little, light for the home button.
Right.
D-pad works really good. Started catching up on all the retro stuff that's here, so I didn't have to buy anything new. Just buy a new controller for the Switch. It's chunky though. It's a chunky boy though. As you can see, it makes your Switch pretty chunky. Also non-sponsored, by the way, of course. But cracked, if you want to sponsor No Load Time, hey, more than happy.
Give us a call.
It's very good. I really like it. Like, I don't know if it's the best, right? Because I've heard that there's some other ones that are really, really good.
Sure.
But it's very good. And I do like, I don't do these like I don't throw my support on there, behind something if I don't like it. If you like to play Switch on handheld and you don't have a grip and all you have is the regular Joy-Cons, this is 100 times better than that. Like, this feels really good. You don't have Amiibo support, but you do have Rumble. The sticks have like replaceable caps. I really have no negatives, man. I played on it like probably like 15 hours already. Since I got it like last Wednesday, like last Tuesday. Started playing Super Metroid. I was like, you know what? I've never played Super Metroid. And played a ton of that. Tested out a few other Switch games, and everything seems to work really well. I highly recommend it, man. Like the
Wow.
refurbished model, the refurbished ones are $40 right now. They had a thing for Black Friday. I think it's like it was $60. You get a new one with the case. I just bought the refurbished. It was 40, like I said. I think I used a Wario 64 like discount code, so it was like $37. Very good, man. I love it. Look at that. It looks like an SNES controller. Like this is
So
like
nice.
exactly what I wanted, dude. It's like, you know what? I can get one of the cheapo like retro things now. I don't care. Because this is like kind of like what I had when I had that dream. I was like, and I'm happy. And and again, the thing is that it does feel really good. Like this is quite the upgrade when it comes to like the sticks, the grip, like just holding it. Has programmable back buttons, like pro
Right.
buttons, better stand. Like if you don't have the OLED and have the crappy stand on the other Switch, it does have a little stand that's way better than the one that's on the Switch. Dude, like straight up, if you like to carry your Switch around, get this thing. I do recommend it. And again, non-sponsored. But yeah, the correct Nitro deck. They do have a plus version. The plus version, the analog sticks are, they're not asymmetrical. They're like both on the top, kind of like the Wii U gamepad.
Yeah.
And it does have HDMI out. This one does have not HDMI out. I'm sorry. The USB-C out supports HDMI, so you can use it as a dock.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
this one you can only charge to on
Right.
the USB-C that's back here. So, but even with that, man, I love it. It brought new life to my Switch. That is like, man, I was like, I have a Switch there that I'm not really using because I haven't
Wow.
played anything on the Switch since Zelda. So, might as well just get use out of it.
Right,
And
right, right.
yeah, man, it's
Wow.
honestly, I do not regret my choice. It's very
No,
good.
good,
I
good.
do recommend it. It does feel really, really good. It does feel like a quality product. And for what I can tell, their support has been pretty good. Like their communications have been excellent. So no complaints, man. I'm happy.
Very good.
Yeah.
That's funny, man. Don't let your dreams be dreams, Obed.
No, I will
You you
not, sir.
you
I will
have
not.
you have your, you know.
If you know, you know.
No, that's awesome, dude. That's great sharing that. I know we talked a little bit before about having like a little bit of a Black Friday update, so that was pretty sweet. For me, I've got three movies that I wanna. Well, no, I'll stick to two movies that I want to talk about really quickly. Um, you know, the two movies are probably two very small independent films you haven't heard about: Gladiator 2 and Wicked. So I saw Wicked. I saw Gladiator 2 a little bit after. So if you're familiar with the story of Wicked on Broadway, I've never seen Wicked on Broadway. I just know very loosely. Of course, it's kind of that alternate adaptation, giving more of a light into, what happened with Elba, and just seeing more of, between her and Glinda, and how does someone become wicked, or are they born that way, and the whole question around that, and giving a little bit of a background behind the Wicked Witch of the West, as she's been deemed. And like all the hype, all the messages, all the things that you're seeing from people saying that it's a good movie is to be believed and taken as to true to heart, because to me, I think it is one of the best films of the year that's come out. I just mean that in the sense of just how well it was made. The acting talent is really strong. Visual effects are great. Just so many points as you look at it from just a cinematic breakdown, that I think it hits off, in top tier form for each. And
This is
now
a part
obviously,
one, right?
and this is a part one.
Okay. Which is
And
they
obviously,
explicitly did not specify. So a lot of people were
no.
surprised about it.
Yes, a lot of like, once, without spoiling the film, once the movie actually starts and it says Wicked Part 1 in the corner. So once the movie starts, oh wait a second, there's gonna be more than a part one, and it ends very cliffhanger-ish, really strong ending. I would compare the ending to the Desolation of Smog. How like you ending like I think that's a great ending. I like say what you
It
will about
is.
those films.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think like if you're trying to set up another movie
Right.
and you ended off with, spoilers, the movie's been out years, with Bilbo seeing Smog flying out on fire and death. He's like, what have I done? And then bang, it just ends. It's kind of the same kind of effect that you get with this film, where it's
Right.
like you have this really powerful moment, and then boom, done. Come back next year for part two. And that's the experience that you have. It really is an experience. Dancing, music, really solid. Of course, a lot of great talent involved all around. And I just think, even for a musical, most musicals struggle at the box office. This is not happening. As much hype and names involved in this thing, it didn't have to do as well as it's doing. The word of mouth seems to be working, and clearly, I think it's going to be, and it already is, record breaking. So kudos to them. I'm sure, Obed, when you get to watch it with your wife, I'm sure you'll like it. My only thing of warning to you is it is long, so you're probably watching in like two sittings. Unless if you do watch it in one sitting, you'll
Oh,
definitely
okay.
pause it and go to the bathroom at some point. But it
Gotcha.
is long. But it didn't bother me. I liked
Okay.
it. Now for the next one, we'll talk about Gladiator 2. I've seen a lot of people have different opinions on this movie. As for me, I actually liked it too.
I heard it's
Like
good.
I,
Yeah.
I think it's a good movie, which is really nice and refreshing when you
I
have two
think
films
that,
coming out this
yeah,
time.
it's just the expectation. The first one is a freaking masterpiece, right?
Right.
So it's not gonna top that. So you
No,
gotta, if you
no,
go with
no.
that mentality, it's like it's not gonna be better than that, right?
Right.
It's probably gonna be a fun time. And I mean, from what I saw, the other spots and trailers that they put out there without the rap, because that
Yeah.
kind of like really that really took out, you know,
Bad marketing.
yeah, marketing. That was a huge miss on marketing's part. But if you take that out, it was great. It was great. Like the trailers were like it looked really good. So I'm looking forward to watching it as well. So
You will definitely enjoy it. If you like Gladiator 1, you'll like this because they hit the same beats. Like narratively, it's almost the same thing as Gladiator 1. However, it is a building bridge. They're not tearing down the first movie.
right.
This is literally the next iteration of what's happening from Maximus' storyline. If you didn't see part one, you still can enjoy this movie. I think if you're smart enough watching it, they give enough background,
Okay,
like
that's good.
without spoiling. Like they have like this really cool kind of gradient art style that they show like the important clips and the stories of the first movie right at the start. So you kind of like capture off these big moments of what happens and people's names, and then where it ends off there, and then it picks right into the movie. So it's like giving you like a quick
So
little
kind of like
um
I want to say like God of War, where you don't
yes,
have
yeah.
to play the old PS2 games. You can jump into the God of War 2018 and still
Yep.
know enough kind of to get you along. Okay.
I think that's a great representation. And then like man, I mean, this is another one that also they're already saying they're working on a third movie.
Oh wow.
This does have a definitive ending. Like this
Interesting.
doesn't end on a cliffhanger. It does have an ending. However, there is clear building blocks for a third film if they want to. Is the fact that Ridley Scott came and said, "Oh, well, I'm working on a third one right now, and it's doing
Wow.
commercially well. It's Denzel Washington's most successful box
I
office
saw
film that he's
that.
had in his
That's
career.
interesting. That's
It's
yeah,
it's
super interesting.
amazing to
Yeah.
see, right? And he's been around a while,
Yeah.
and supposedly he's only got like 5 more films he's doing like for his career before he like
Yeah,
retires.
that's what he said. Yeah.
So, big deal for him to be obviously involved in this, and maybe, what other things of Black Panther and other stuff, he'll really hang it up then. But still, performances all around completely solid. Best part, like action is good, action's really solid. But to me, the political side of it is what made it really good. Like, if some people might find it a little boring, but I actually enjoyed seeing like some men just want the world to burn, and some people just want to see Rome succeed, and some people want to see Rome fall, and what their basis around it, and how they try and get to the top. is some of the best parts of it and adds on. If you just had action for action, it'd be silly. But no, good film all around. Look forward to seeing what they potentially do for a third movie. But that's what I have there. I don't know, Oba, if you want to switch gears into Skeleton Crew briefly.
I do have two things that I wanted to mention real quick. I did finally get my Marvel vs. Capcom physical version for PS4. It's
nice.
Excellent. Interestingly enough, dude, it came with a mini comic book with like Marvel vs. Capcom comic book. I don't know who did the art.
Way.
Yeah, dude. It's like, wow, this is like really cool. So very surprising. Plays great. Like all the games play and look great on PS4. I haven't played on the PS5 yet, but I dusted off the arcade stick, dude, and just like played around a bunch. I was like, oh man, the good old days. Here we go. Let's go. And it was really good, man. So that, and I did watch the first episode of Penguin.
Oh, thank goodness.
So, okay. It's freaking great. That said, you gotta be in the mood to watch that show.
Dude, that is the best show I've seen on television for the year.
It's not an easy watch. It's not a casual watch. You gotta be in the mood. But that first episode, bro,
it only gets better.
Yeah,
they don't miss. Ratings wise, each episode got better ratings.
It was really, really good. Like Colin Farrell. Like if Colin Farrell doesn't get an Emmy for this show, it's like he got robbed. If he doesn't get it, he got robbed. Like straight up.
Bro,
it's insane.
He killed it in the Batman, and he's killing it in this.
It's crazy. I think he's better here than he was in the movie.
I told you, I think he should have been the main villain in the movie. Like, I thought he was better than the Riddler. And this movie just preaches it even more. There's like, you give him his space and let him cook. Because this guy is amazing.
It's intense, man. That show don't play around. Yeah. I'm looking forward to watching the rest. Yeah. But you gotta be in a certain mood, right? And I've been working on other stuff that's just taking my attention. That it's I think a little bit more important than watching Penguin, but I'll watch it. Of course I will. Because it was absolutely phenomenal. Like that first episode, dude, great. So top notch TV right there. So
absolutely.
Skeleton Crew. Let's go.
I honestly think it's really fun.
It's really good.
Yeah, I think it's really sweet.
I think it's the most fun Disney Star Wars thing they've done.
Whoa, that's strong.
Fun.
Wow.
I said fun, right? Not the best, but fun. Like I think Mando. See, the thing with Mando is that Mando is hit and miss. Like Mando can have an awesome episode and have followed up by an awesome episode, and then have two episodes that are just like, and then it picks up, and we have awesome stuff. This is a lot of fun, man. And I watched it, and then my daughter was like, "Hey, did you watch that Skeleton Crew that came out?" It's like, she asked me, when was it? Was it yesterday morning or yesterday afternoon? Because I watched it yesterday. So I told her, oh, it was yesterday afternoon after I came back from work, and I was like, I watched like half of the first episode this morning, and I told her, and I was like, I think you would like it. I think this is like baby's first Star Wars, and in a good way. I mean it. I don't mean it to sound like this is like the other show that they did. Like this is not like the Disney Junior show with Yoda and the little like baby Jedis. This is like your real, like this is your Goonies to Star Wars.
Absolutely.
And it was a lot of fun. Everyone, like all the kid characters are good actors. Like I haven't seen anything like they're kids. They're playing kids, and I love the little Max Rebo kid, Neil. He's so cute.
Absolutely,
it's great, and everyone's good. And then you got the girl, and then you got like family drama with that going on, and the dad trying to like single dad, like really good dynamic. And then they're over in like planet Suburbia, and no one knows about it. It's so good. It's so different. It's different and good in a it's different in a good way. Like I am like here I am, grumpy old man. I hate Star Wars. No, I really
No,
do.
you're
I
not.
really don't.
You're not that guy.
I'm not part of that crew. I really no, but I really liked it, man. I really did. There's heart. The show has heart, and it's fun. I think the designs are great, like the alien designs. Like we've gotten aliens from like the little alien from the Michael Jackson thing, and like from the from Captain EO, and then we got the that other race from Rebels, and like that we've never seen in live action. So now we're getting like they're truly now expanding what the universe is, and man, if I have one negative, is that I really don't like that Disney is very inconsistent with the length of their shows. Like one episode is 48 minutes and then the other one's 30. And why not just standardize it and make everything 1 hour or make everything 45 minutes?
It kind of just ends, yeah.
Yeah, and because it just feels like it needed more time to cook, and you're just cutting the episode right there, and just like, no, I want more. That's been a criticism that I've had for Disney Star Wars since the TV show started. But it's like, yeah, man, standardize it. Penguin's an hour and 5 minutes. Like, and as much as I dunked on Rings of Power, again, everything's an hour. Like, why not just standardize it? Don't do one episode's 45 minutes, one episode's 38 minutes, one episode's 32 minutes, one episode's an hour, one episode's 28 minutes. Don't do that. Just give me a full length episode, and but other than that, man, finally, I don't want I'm not yelling Star Wars is back, but we have new Star Wars that is fun, and I am hoping for the best that they don't She-Hulk it, but I don't think they will. I think there seems to be something special in this show, and this show does tie into the Mando movie, right?
Yeah, because you're talking about 5 years after the events of Return of the Jedi, so you're getting close to that timeline.
Yep, cool. But yeah, man. But what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's super fun, super adventurous. It does give me like a little bit of that Goonies kind of feeling a little bit. It doesn't have a very strong Star Wars traditional feel to it, and that's okay. I think that's the thing. When I say that, most people view it as a negative.
Right.
So, like sometimes when people think of Star Wars, like they think their strength is just nostalgia. Always the old. It's respectful of the old stuff from what I've seen so far.
Yeah.
It's nothing that it's like undoing something from the past from what we're seeing, and that's all I've asked for. But I also like to see something refreshing, and so far that's the direction that I've seen to be going. It's a genre piece series of things, and that's something that a lot of people, when like The Force Awakens came out, they really were like having fun of like, oh, I wonder who this is, and I wonder what's gonna happen here. And obviously we know how it ended, but regardless, I think that's a good pull, especially for television more than even film.
Right.
And that's what they're doing here with this. Like Jude Law's character, for example, it's not as clear cut as I think as people would like it to be.
No.
I don't think it would be healthy for us to come on the show and say, I'm going to speculate X, Y, and Z and start doing too soon, I think, to do that, because people will start getting too excited and come up with their own belief of what something is and then get disappointed when it's not that. Because as much people like to say, I knew it, I told you so, I'm telling you right now, most people are close but inaccurate in their predictions when it comes to these kinds of things, because we're not the writers. We're not in the writers' room. You and I have a good pulse on how the industry works and moves. We make pretty good predictions on those things. But at the end of the day, on a creative basis, that's a hard one to look at. A lot of really good creatives involved in this, like you mentioned. John Watts being obviously the director of Spider-Man. Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man Far From Home, and Spider-Man No Way Home, so all the Tom Holland Spider-Man independent films. He directed all of them. He is the showrunner for this. You also have on the directing table, Bryce Dallas Howard is going to be back on this as well,
I saw
directing.
that. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's a huge pull. This is why, like, when you gave the Mando comparison, that's how I felt about it. I think Mando leans more into the nostalgia of it,
Yeah.
and this is more of just like the youth fun, and that's okay. Again, genre.
Right.
You need to have that variety. If everything felt like Mando or everything felt like Andor, then I think that would be a dangerous place to be.
I agree.
But if you can be good in their own respects, and that's what we're watching. I hope I don't eat my words.
Oh no,
I hope I don't
bro.
come back
I
on
hope
this.
not.
And my heart is broken and it's horrible. But I'm trying not to get too excited. But it's
Cautiously
like,
optimistic.
It's like cautiously optimistic. It's like when you're getting to know somebody, you're like, this seems like a nice person. That's kind of how I'm feeling with this show. Seems good, seems nice. Trying to get too excited. Don't want to get heartbroken, but
you don't want to pile on the baggage at the end.
You don't want all the baggage at the end. Oh, geez, here we go. So let's hope that our Star Wars is something that we both love, and let's hope that we continue to love what they're doing with the show as it goes on. 2 episodes so far, good.
Yeah, I really liked it, man. It was very charming. Different in a good way. Like, you don't have to always lean into Luke and what we know, right? You can make a new story and make it feel fresh, and also make it feel Star Wars. Like, the kids are, it's like, oh, I saw your bike. It's totally Wizard, and all that. Like, they're playing on the Star Wars nostalgia, but at the same time giving us something new, and I appreciate it. And I really like it, man. Like, I like, again, I was like, no issues now, and there's enough mystery to it to keep me hooked, because it's like, oh, where's like this planet is supposed to not exist, and
right.
Like, was this planet not affected by the Empire at all? Like, was this planet
it's supposed to be
hitting
more closer to the Rise of the Republic and stuff? So I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. Was this planet like Rise of the New Republic? Yeah. So, yeah, man. I want more for sure. Yeah, and I again, cautiously optimistic. So far, I think those 2 episodes were really good. This is the first time that I'm watching a show on Disney Plus with ads since I switched down.
Yeah,
it's a little bit of a slog, but it's worth to have the Hulu stuff there too. So it's like, you know what, I'll take the hit. I watched my One Punch Man, that was great, and there's more stuff to watch. So I'll circle back to a few things that I haven't watched that's on Hulu. So yeah, man. Good stuff. I really do hope that they keep it going. So,
for sure.
Other than that, man, it's been pretty quiet out there. Not much happening. There are some leaks for I'll keep calling it the successor of the Switch because we don't have a name, but based on the images that are out there, we can probably start calling it Switch 2. So there's a carrying case that leaked out there, and there's Joy-Cons that leaked out there. Pictures, I mean. And yeah, it seems like the Joy-Cons are, magnetic, like they said. It looks like they have a release button in the back. It looks like they're a little bit thicker than the old Joy-Cons. It looks like it has revised triggers, but for the most part, they look exactly the same. The carrying case looks like it's a little bit deeper, so it does, again, seem like it's going to be the device is going to be a little bit thicker than the current Switch. But other than that, man, it's like I need to eat my pineapple on pizza on this, but insiders are saying that Nintendo is going to reveal this next month, and sometime in January for a March release, like basically kind of like what they did with the Switch when it came out. And I need it. I'm hoping like I don't want to, like, not because I don't want to feel like I wasted my money because I didn't. But I'm hoping that this thing's actually compatible with the new Switch. I'll be.
The size though of the Switch camera, the screen itself, I don't know that it will. You know what I mean? Like just on like that basis, I wonder.
Because they're saying that it's gonna be about the same size as an OLED, as an OLED Switch. The screen, yeah. Or maybe a little bit bigger. I don't know. So yeah, there may be something that they're, they're planning. So, yeah, man, it's the right thing to do. And I think that this thing is ready to roll. But Nintendo was waiting on making sure that the software was there, and maybe that's the part that wasn't really there to begin with. Man, I don't know. Like I like predictions for this thing, like that Metroid Prime is probably gonna come out on both. Other than that, man, they gotta release the Mario at this point. It's been forever since Mario Odyssey. Like, we need a new Mario. And there's rumors that there's a new Mario Kart for it that's already in the works, and that's great. But where's my 3D Mario, man? If they do, no lie, if they do a Breath of the Wild like remastered port that runs at 60 and looks better, that game's amazing. So
right,
I may do it. But what do you think of these things?
Yeah, I'm excited to see that clearly the progress has been made so far out that when you start having accessories like this, it's imminent. There's no way around. Like they have to start preparing distributors to launch all of these together for the release, and we could literally be weeks away from pre-orders. Which is, when I say that, like, we're talking about like an early January type one. That's all theoretical. That's just me taking information. As new information presents itself, I might change my opinion. But I know for you, this is music to your ears because you've been beating the drum of this thing coming soon. So this is like a sigh of relief. Like, it's definitely happening. Come on, there's no way around this.
Yeah. So no, because they're saying that the OLED is a 7-inch screen, and the rumor is that this is going to be an 8-inch on the new one.
Okay, that's nice.
So there is a little bit of a difference.
Yeah,
man. Sure. Just show it to me. That's all I gotta see it. I gotta see it. And I was trying to dig out some specs. My daughter was asking me about it. I was like, hey, so what's the Switch 2? What's up? Like, what is it gonna look like? And I was like, I don't know. I still think it's gonna be on par with like a PS4 Pro. Like, it may be like PS4 Pro level graphics, but with the faster memory. Because it's going to use DDR5 based on what's out there.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, that's what I think is going to be. It's going to be running, but I don't know, man. It's been this wait has been like feels like forever, man. That we've been talking about the Switch. We've probably been talking about the Switch 2 for like a year and a half already.
Oh yeah, right? Probably a year and a half at least. Yeah.
Because we expected it to come out this year. Yeah. We expected it to come out this year, and then now we gotta, wait it out again,
and this is just leaks. Like, this isn't
right.
This isn't an official tease from Nintendo. They're not saying, "Oh, we're," like, they're being radio silent.
Yeah,
it's from reputable places that we know this thing's coming, but it would have been nice of them to even ended the year with a little stay tuned.
Yeah, but the thing is that they're not gonna do it like during the holidays. Like, they gotta move whatever they have left.
That's true.
And the thing is, like, I saw the OLED bundle that they put out there with Mario Kart was sold out. I think they're back in stock in certain places. But I went to a Target this morning, and there were like a ton of Switches, man. Like, there was a lot. Yeah, and they had PS5s too. Like, they didn't have in the cabinet. But they had as like display box, ask for, ask attendant or whatever. So
that's good.
Yeah, man, these things are everywhere. I mean, everything's an Xbox, so it doesn't matter.
Right. This is an Xbox.
Yeah, whatever they're doing. It's at this point they're doing their own thing, like Nintendo is. So, you know what? At this point, all three major gaming manufacturers are doing their own thing. Like,
all three are moving into the mobile market.
And all three are more, yeah.
We talked about Xboxes.
Yeah.
Obviously, Nintendo, what they did with the Switch 1, Switch 2, continuing that. And we're about talking in a second here about PlayStation, but they're all doing it.
So, more rumors again last week that Nintendo already did it, but PlayStation is working on a new handheld that is not the Portal. So the rumor is that the Portal was going to be a separate handheld, and they pivoted last minute to make it a portable device because or a streaming device, because they didn't really think that it was going to be, I guess, well received or competitive against whatever Steam and Asus and Nintendo are doing. But when they saw that people kind of wanted it, they went back and it's like, oh crap, maybe we should have just done the thing. Rumor is that it's going to be a portable PS5. Like, it's going to be that you are going to be able to play PS5 games on it. So this is like Steam Deck. Like don't expect this thing to be, $200-$300. This is gonna be like $500 to $600. This is gonna be a high end device. So, expect this to be expensive. And the same with Xbox. I don't think Xbox is making a baby device. I think they're coming out and they're putting the Surface design team on it and coming out with something cool. So, but yeah, I mean, this thing's probably a couple years away, at least. Is it going to be too late? I don't know. I don't know if, Steam Deck's very popular. It seems to keep getting more popular every year. ROG Ally and the other competitors that are out there are gaining popularity. People are like salivating, waiting for the new Switch. It's like, the Portal should have been it. And I'm sure that they added that cloud feature to the Portal out of like, we got to do something while we work on our thing, which is fine, right? It's like, at least you're addressing an issue or a concern with your device. Your device is selling well. You don't necessarily need to worry about that, but it's a feature that, given the capabilities of what you have right now, it's the right choice. So I'm excited to see what they do with this. Like I said, I've been looking at like portable retro stuff just because it's small and pocketable and if I play a game out and about, I want to play a short game, something that I can pick up and play and put down in a few minutes. I'm not necessarily looking to play Persona 5 on a handheld. Unless it's a Switch, right? Because do your home, you can still play it on your TV. But yeah, man. Well, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, it's music to my ears. I know that obviously there's some immediate thought around, why didn't they just do this right off with the Portal? Why do we have the Portal? And for people who bought the Portal, like, this is what they really wanted. This is what fans always wanted. At the end of the day, they're hearing the feedback, they're testing the markets, and they're seeing that this is what people want, and they're giving this to us. It's not official, but it's from close enough places that I'm sure this is absolutely in development. And I hope that it does actually come up. For years, we've talked about this. What's up?
A little bit of breaking news. Review for Indie just dropped.
Oh.
And IGN gave it a 9 out of 10.
That's really good.
Yeah. So you can play on your PlayStation 5 in March.
That's not an exclusive, guys.
For now it is. The only place you can play it this month is on Xbox. But if you wait a couple months, you can play it everywhere else. That's good. because next year is being a little bit dry there for a bit. So now you have something to look forward to. But
I feel bad for those Xbox guys, man. I actually do. Actually, the more I think about it, most Xbox guys are casual. I don't mean this in a mean way. Like, they'll play their FIFA and they're, and they're happy with that, and good for them. And I'm not trying to troll them, but let's be honest, poor Xbox guys, they don't get the exclusives. Us Sony guys, we get the cool stuff, and we're talking about a handheld could be coming out in the next couple of years.
Dude, did you see the video, the PlayStation video that they did for the 30th anniversary?
Oh, did you update your console and do the whole?
I haven't turned it on yet, though, but I did update it.
Oh my gosh, dude! When you do that, and it's every time you boot up the console.
Yeah.
You get the classic. Oh, it's so much fun.
They should leave it, man.
I want it forever. They said it's temporary, and I don't want to update.
No, they should leave it. They should leave it.
I don't want this feeling to end, man. It's just so nice. And I switch it to. I have mine on PS1 right now. You can do PS2, 3, 4, right. Obviously turn 5. But oh gosh, it's so awesome, dude. Can't wait for you to test it out. But
yeah,
I mean, my theory from a timeline. If this is going to come out, let's say in like 2 years, you're getting basically an in-between the Pro and the PS6, essentially, something.
Right.
And that's great. I'm okay with that. Because then you test the waters, as by the time the 6 comes out, technology will be way more advanced. And if it's worth continuing, then they can accelerate another one beyond that.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that. That's kind of what they've always done with the handhelds. PSP days was kind of like
PSP came in between the 2 and 3. Yeah, and the Vita came in between the 3 and 4.
3 and 4. So that's okay.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean they should do it. I think they should definitely.
Please, Sony.
They should have done it earlier, in my opinion. But I think they saw that Nintendo moved away from like the having like a pure separate handheld experience. But I've always said it. Remember, I was like a while ago, I said it's like, why you can make a small PS4 like and have use your PS4 library.
And that's what I think the Portal would have been cool. But then if this is going to be more closer to PS5 tech, to miniaturize that, this is going to be crazy.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty insane. So. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, whatever it is, I'm looking forward to at least seeing what it is.
Right.
So, we'll wait and see. But yeah, guys, if you do like straight up, if you have any suggestions on those Chinese like retro, like hey, I come with 4,000 games kind of handhelds, let me know. I'm looking at that Ambernick RG Arc. The Arc D that looks like the Saturn controller, because I really love that controller. And again, I want to, I have a full set of US Genesis ROMs, and I have about half a set of Saturn ISOs. That's all I want. I want to play Genesis, I want to play Saturn, and I want to play like Capcom arcades. That's nice. and Ninja Turtles. That's all I want. So that's what I want it for. I don't need to run Android. I don't need to play GameCube games or PS2 games. By the way, I was gonna get the GameCube Color one because this one was out of stock, and then I went to get the GameCube Color one, and it was out of stock. And then this one came back, and I was like, yeah, let's go. So, but the GameCube one looked really nice too. Like I'm sure. With the purple, and then you get the yellow not the yellow buttons, but the yellow stick, and then the color buttons. Yeah, man, that look really nice too.
Love that.
But if you guys have any suggestions, let me know. But I'm in between that and the Trim and the Trim UI brick, the new one, because it looks really nice. It has a metal backplate, and the screen's really nice. So, but man, I went down that rabbit hole. There's a retro device, dude. Can't remember what it's called right now. That's like $600.
Wow.
Yeah, looks like a Game Boy. Oh, what the heck is it called, man?
But it's already got pre-downloaded significant
The
library.
is the
type thing.
Ioneo Pocket DMG. It looks like an OG Game Boy. I'm gonna send you the link so you can
Wait, that's sometimes
so you can look at this thing.
Please do.
Yeah, it's like $549. But it's a premium. It has an OLED, like a OLED screen squared,
Okay.
and it's a really nice device. But am I gonna spend $600 to play Genesis games on this thing?
You're paying for the tech, but the tech
a $60, $70 thing at most. I'm looking at you, AliExpress.
Oh my gosh.
that's
Jeez.
That's what I am right now.
Jeez.
Before those tariffs come in and double the price. So you gotta do it while you can. I'm gonna drop a link on the Discord so you can see it.
Please do. I want to check this out.
Yeah,
for sure. I mean, like,
yeah.
Let me see, because I'm assuming a significant amount of the games are already pre-downloaded already.
I don't know. In the case of this one, I know that the ones I'm looking at most are, but I do have separate ROM sets for those.
Oh, this is nice.
It's really nice. Yeah. It's like a 4-inch screen with
so much money for a teeny tiny device.
Right, I know. Yeah. And they're charging like Steam Deck prices for this thing.
Right.
And you can play these games in the Steam Deck. Because you can install an emulator on a Steam Deck, man, and play all these games. Like, why would you do this?
This does make me feel nostalgic of the Game Boy.
The Game Boy, yeah. I'm gonna show you this one because I was looking at this. Hold on, let's see.
You know, there's a market for all these.
I know,
handhelds.
And I went in, and it's like the market is insane. So I'm gonna send you this one on the Discord. Give me 1 second. This is
you're not gonna go into your Walmart and find this, but if you're
right.
You're, someone who appreciates, significant versatility and historical library of games.
Yeah, exactly. So, let's see.
I'm just looking through like everything they offer. Lightweight.
Yeah, here you go. So look at this thing. Because I was looking at this one, and it has really good reviews. And it's on Amazon where you can just return it if you don't like it. So
right, makes it easier.
Yeah. And it comes with like 4,000 games on it. But check that thing out.
Oh my goodness. What?
Yeah. It comes different colors. Look at that gray one. Look at the gray one. Yeah. See?
Jeez.
But you guys, yeah, and I'm talking about the Ambernic RG35XX. These are really nice, like little devices, man. And I've been looking at reviews. I was like, I need someone to tell me what to do. I want to do this.
High quality, tons of games keeps my husband busy while I clean.
Oh, the reviews? Heck yeah!
That's one of the reviews. True story. I'm not making that up.
That's awesome. But yeah, you can probably find it cheaper than that too. Like if you look around, you can find it cheaper. You can probably find it cheaper directly from Ambernic. But I've been looking at these things, and it's like something that I can just throw in my backpack and play at lunch, like
Yeah.
And just get my mind off of stuff and ignore my cell phone for 45 minutes. So I want at lunch. So but I mean, I've been looking at these things and looking at many reviews, and you can run custom firmware and all that. So, a lot of this stuff is a lot of the problems or not problems, but limitations are usually just fixed by installing like custom firmware. But it does come with the games, man. And I do I do have ROM collections for a lot of these games, but how do I take them out of my computer and start playing them somewhere else? And that's where I am right now. So, yeah. If you guys got anything, drop us a line. Cool. Where could people write us, Joe?
Well, that's easy. Send an email to noloadtime@gmail.com. That's noloadtime@gmail.com. make sure you're just messaging us with things related to the podcast. Because we laugh, but people have misidentified us for other people.
Crack.gg. I'll review it. I'll review another one for you.
For science
Send
purposes.
one for Joel. Hey, there we go.
Gladly. Please send it our way. Also want to make sure you encourage you guys to stay tuned, stay subscribed. We're on podcast platforms of your choice, SoundCloud, Spotify, Amazon Music. We're out there. Subscribe the audio version. You also can, of course, if you're watching us on video, no load time on YouTube. Like all the people on YouTube always say, please like, comment, subscribe. Those actions cost you nothing, but significantly help to continue to promote the show. So if you would just go ahead and click those buttons, write those comments, it just really helps us out. Also, if you would go ahead and follow us on social media at No Load Time, that's at No Load Time, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, X. We're out there.
Blue Sky. I made that account this week.
Oh yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
So go ahead and follow us out there, guys. We're out there, and you can send a message there too. Maybe Obed will be able to check it out. So you never know. And yeah, then make sure you also follow us on Twitch. No Load Time altogether. Last but not least, if you do want to support the show beyond this and you want to help us financially, you can give as little as $1 through our Patreon, patreon.com/no load time. Every month, you could literally give just as little as $1, and that helps to continue to support the show, all the costs that we pay out of pocket to continue to do this, and all the new things that we want to do and stuff that we want to consistently grow with. So no pressure if that's something you can't do. Just a simple clicking the like, writing a comment, subscribe. Those things help us out. But if you can do this, we greatly appreciate it. It's something for you to consider. Patreon.com/no load time. That's all I got for today. I hope you all have a great rest of your week. Until next time, we'll see ya.
Thank you, guys. Stay safe. We'll see you again next time.